Tyreek Hill, born March 1, 1994, is an American football player for the Kansas City Chiefs of the National Football League, NFL. He attended Garden City Community College, Oklahoma State University, and University of West Alabama. Hill was primarily return specialist as rookie, but also contributed as wide receiver and running back, but has since become the Chiefs' #1 receiver, though he is still the team's punt returner. Following his rookie year, he received the nickname Cheetah as reference to his speed. Early life native of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Hill later moved to Georgia and attended Coffee High School, where he won both the 100 meters and 200 meters at the 2012 Georgia 5A state meet. On May 26, 2012, at the 36th Golden South Classic in Orlando, Florida, Hill ran new season best in the 100, 10.19s, and PR in the 200, 20.14 seconds. His time in the 200 missed Roy Martin's 1985 national high school record by only 1/100th of a second. Hill's mark was the fastest time by junior athlete in the 2012 season and the fastest by junior since Ramil Guliyev's 20.04 in 2009. His time in the 100 ties Abraham Hall for second fastest by junior in the 2012 season, behind only Adam Jamili. He was Track and Field News High School Athlete of the Year in 2012. Hill also ran 4.25 40-yard dash at Nike SPARQ Camp. Hill ran wind-assisted, plus 5.0 ms, 9.98s in the 100-meter dash at the 2013 Hutchinson NJCCA Championships. Hill was USA Today All-American Track and Field selection in 2012. College career Garden City Community College. At Garden City Community College, Hill ran track and played football. As sophomore in 2013, Hill ran for 659 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns and caught 67 passes for 532 receiving yards for the Broncbusters football team. Oklahoma State University. Coming out of Garden City CC, Hill was highly sought-after junior college recruit and chose to attend Oklahoma State University on August 30, 2014. Hill made his debut for the Cowboys and caught season-high 6 passes for 62 receiving yards and lost to the Florida State Seminoles. On September 25, 2014, he caught his first career touchdown against the Texas Tech Red Raiders and finished the victory with 3 receptions for 50 yards, 6 rushing attempts for 39 yards, and 3 kick returns for a total of 62 yards. In the following game against the Iowa State Cyclones, Hill finished with season-high 148 kick return yards on 5 attempts and returned his first kick return for touchdown of the season. On November 1, 2014, he gained season-high 102 rushing yards on 18 attempts and scored his first rushing touchdown of the season against the Kansas State Wildcats on December 6, 2014. He appeared in his last game as part of Oklahoma State's football team and helped them win comeback victory over the rival Oklahoma Sooners after he returned punt for 92-yard touchdown. On December 11, 2014, Oklahoma State dismissed Hill from their football and track teams for his domestic violence arrest few days prior. In his only season at Oklahoma State, Hill had a total of 102 rushing attempts for 534 rushing yards and 1 touchdown, 31 receptions for 381 receiving yards and touchdown, 30 kick returns for 740 return yards and 2 touchdowns, and 27 punt returns for 256 punt return yards and touchdown. As running back, wide receiver, and returner, he accounted for 1,811 all-purpose yards and 6 touchdowns. 996 combined return yards, which ranked second in the nation. He was ranked 11th nationally in all-purpose yards. University of West Alabama. On September 1, 2015, the University of West Alabama announced that Hill enrolled and would play football for the Tigers. West Alabama head coach Brett Gilliland has stated that he initially turned down Hill after he read the police report detailing how he choked and hit his girlfriend. However, after getting to know Hill personally, he spoke to people at Oklahoma State, Hill's former coaches at Garden City Community College, and high school mentor. He was also swayed by part of the plea deal that required Hill to either attend school full-time or be employed. On the field, Hill was utilized very evenly as running back, 25 carries for 237 yards and 1 touchdown, wide receiver, 27 receptions for 444 yards and touchdown, punt returner, 20 returns averaging 10.7 yards with 2 touchdowns, and kick returner, also 20 returns averaging 23.0 yards with 2 touchdowns. In his 11 games for the team, he never exceeded 100 yards rushing or receiving, and averaged 135 all-purpose yards until 307 all-purpose yard burst against Delta State in Game 8. After this, his production tapered off quickly to season-ending -3 all-purpose yards against the North Alabama Lions. Professional career Hill was projected to be undrafted during the 2016 NFL Draft, mainly due to his domestic violence arrest. Although he was not invited to the NFL Combine, Hill was able to showcase his abilities at West Alabama's Pro Day. Scouts were mainly impressed with his speed and he received much praise for his workout. Regardless of his workout, many teams had completely removed Hill from their draft boards, but his head coach from West Alabama maintained that at least 20 teams were still interested in him. 2016 season, rookie year. The Kansas City Chiefs selected Hill in the 5th round, 165th overall, of the 2016 NFL Draft. He was the first player from West Alabama to be drafted since 1974, when Ken Hutcherson was drafted 97th overall by the Dallas Cowboys. The Chiefs were criticized by fans for the selection due to his past issues with domestic violence and the Chiefs' history with former linebacker Jovan Belcher. General Manager John Dorsey had to receive consent from Chiefs owner Clark Hunt to make the selection and says they thoroughly vetted the prospect, which included speaking to the prosecutor that charged him. After drafting him, the Chiefs held an impromptu press conference and addressed the issue to the media during the first day of rookie mini-camp. On May 17, 2016, the Chiefs signed Hill to a 4-year, $2.58 million contract that includes $100,000 guaranteed and signing bonus of $70,000. Hill began the 2016 season as the Chiefs' starting punt returner, kick returner, and their 4th wide receiver on their depth chart behind veterans Jeremy Maclin, Chris Conley, and Albert Wilson. In the Kansas City Chiefs season opener, he made his first career catch for 9-yard touchdown pass from Alex Smith as the Chiefs came back from being down 21-3 to defeat the San Diego Chargers 33-27 in overtime. In Week 8, Hill caught 5 passes for season-high 98 receiving yards and touchdown during 30-14 victory over the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. On November 13, 2016, Hill had season-high 10 catches for 89 receiving yards, helping the Chiefs come back from 17-0 deficit and defeat the Carolina Panthers by a score of 20-17 on November 27, 2016. Hill returned kickoff for an 86-yard touchdown, ran for a 3-yard touchdown, and caught a 3-yard touchdown pass with less than 5 seconds left in the 4th quarter. He was the first player with kick return for touchdown, rushing touchdown, and touchdown reception in single game since Gale Sayers did so for the Chicago Bears in 1965. During his return, he reached speed of 22.77 miles per hour, 36.64 km/h, the fastest speed any NFL player had reached that season. His performance in Week 12 earned him AFC Offensive Player of the Week on December 8, 2016. In Week 14, Hill returned punt against the Oakland Raiders for a 78-yard touchdown and caught 6 receptions for 66 yards and scored on 36-yard touchdown reception, helping the Chiefs win 21-13 on Thursday Night Football and move to first place in the AFC West. He was named AFC Special Teams Player of the Week for his performance in Week 14. During Week 16 contest against the Denver Broncos, Hill had season-high 6 carries for 95 rushing yards and scored 70-yard rushing touchdown in 33-10 victory. On January 1, 2017, in the regular season finale, he caught 5 passes for 46 receiving yards, had 3 carries for 15 rushing yards, and 95-yard punt return for touchdown in 37-27 win over the San Diego Chargers. His effort against the Chargers earned him his second AFC Special Teams Player of the Week honor. Hill finished his rookie season with 61 receptions for 593 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns, 24 carries for 267 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns, 14 kick returns for a total of 384 yards and touchdown, and 39 punt returns for 592 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also appeared in all 16 games, had 1 start, and made 7 combined tackles. Hill was named to the 2017 Pro Bowl as return specialist. On January 6, 2017, Hill was named first-team All-Pro as punt returner. He was named to the NFL All-Rookie team for the 2016 season. He was ranked 36th by his fellow players on the NFL Top 100 Players of 2017 season on September 7, 2017. In the season opener on Thursday Night Football against the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots, Hill finished with career-high 133 receiving yards on 7 receptions, which included 75-yard reception for touchdown, as the Chiefs won by score of 42-27. In Week 5, against the Houston Texans, he recorded an 82-yard punt return touchdown in the fourth quarter. On October 30, against the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football, Hill threw the first interception of the Chiefs' season on failed trick play. On November 5, against the Dallas Cowboys, he scored 56-yard touchdown pass from Alex Smith on an unconventional end-of-half play. The Chiefs lined up like they were going to try Hail Mary, and Smith threw an underneath check-down pass to Hill, who had convoy of blockers clear enough space for him to maneuver to the end zone for the once-in-a-lifetime touchdown. During Week 13 matchup against the New York Jets, Hill had 185 receiving yards on 6 receptions and 2 touchdowns, which included 79-yard touchdown, but the Chiefs lost 31-38. On December 19, 2017, Hill was named to his second Pro Bowl as return specialist. Overall, in the 2017 season, he finished with 75 receptions for 1,183 receiving yards and 7 receiving touchdowns. In addition, he had 25 punt returns for 204 net yards and return touchdown. The Chiefs finished the regular season with 10-6 record and made the playoffs. In the 22-21 loss to the Tennessee Titans in the wild-card round, Hill finished with 7 receptions for 87 yards and had 14-yard rush. Hill was selected to his second straight Pro Bowl as return specialist for the AFC. He was ranked 40th by his fellow players on the NFL Top 100 Players of 2018 season. During Week against the Chargers, Hill returned his first punt return, 91 yards for touchdown. He also had 169 receiving yards with 2 receiving touchdowns as the Chiefs won 38-28. In the game, he hauled in 58-yard touchdown pass, his 13th career touchdown of over 50 yards. For the second time in his professional career, he recorded 3 touchdowns in single game. The next week, he caught 5 passes for 90 yards and another touchdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers. After 3 less impressive games, Hill again recorded 3 receiving touchdowns on 7 receptions for 142 yards against the New England Patriots in Week 6. 4 weeks later, Hill had his third 100-yard receiving game, with 7 receptions for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns, along with 20-yard rush, in Week 10 victory over Arizona. In Week 11 on Monday Night Football, Hill recorded 10 catches for career-high 215 yards, and the most by any NFL receiver at that point in the season, and 2 touchdowns in 54-51 loss to the Los Angeles Rams. He finished the season with career-high 87 receptions for 1,479 yards and 12 touchdowns. He finished second on the team in receptions behind Travis Kelce and led the team in receiving yards and touchdowns. He also finished 4th in the league in receiving yards and touchdowns, and led the league in 20-plus and 40-plus yard receptions. He was named to his third straight Pro Bowl and was named first-team All-Pro in the flex position and second-team All-Pro as wide receiver. In the divisional round against the Indianapolis Colts, he had 8 receptions for 72 rushing yards to go along with 36-yard rushing touchdown in the 31-13 victory. In the AFC Championship, he had single reception for 42 yards in the 37-31 overtime loss to the New England Patriots. 2019 season. On April 26, 2019, Chiefs general manager Brett Veach announced that Hill was suspended from team activities as a result of the ongoing child abuse investigation. The NFL announced on July 19 that he will not be disciplined for the investigation because the league felt he did not violate the personal conduct policy. On September 6, 2019, Hill signed 3-year, $54 million extension. In week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, Hill injured his shoulder. He was taken to the hospital as precaution. Later in the day, it was revealed he had posteriorly dislocated sternoclavicular joint and would miss some time. NFL statistics. Regular season. Postseason. Personal life. Hill was raised by his mother in Virginia Hill. In September 2018, Hill and Crystal Espinal became engaged. Legal issues. Domestic assault convictions. Stillwater police records indicate that on December 12, 2014, Hill was arrested on complaints of assault of his 20-year-old pregnant girlfriend, Crystal Espinal. The police report states that Espinal said the two got into an argument and he threw her around like ragdoll, punched her in the face, sat on her and repeatedly punched her in the stomach, and choked her. Oklahoma State dismissed him from the football team after the charges. Hill eventually pleaded guilty to domestic assault and battery by strangulation and was sentenced to 3 years of probation, an anger management course, year-long batterers program, and was required to undergo domestic abuse evaluation, sentence that Espinal was consulted about and comfortable with. Espinal eventually gave birth to boy. Child abuse investigation. In March 2019, Hill was investigated for alleged battery after an incident in which his 3-year-old son sustained broken arm. The following month, his son was placed into care temporarily as a result of an emergency hearing conducted by the Kansas Department of Children and Families. On April 24, the Johnson County District Attorney Steve Howe released a statement, saying that his office believed crime had been committed but the evidence did not allow them to conclude the perpetrator, and that the Kansas Department of Children and Families continued to investigate. The following day, an audio recording of Hill and Espinal discussing the injury to their son and the subsequent investigation was released. In the recording that surfaced, Hill and his fiancée discuss their son's broken arm. She said that their son is scared of him, to which Hill responds, "You should be afraid of me too." As a result, the criminal investigation into Hill was reopened. On June 7, prosecutors announced the case against Hill was inactive. On June 10, reports surfaced that medical investigations showed his son's arm was broken by accident and in a way that indicated it was broken bracing for fall. On July 9, 2019, the full unedited audio from the recording was released. In the full audio, Hill accuses Espinal of lying about the domestic violence accusations in 2014, and about Hill breaking their son's arm. The NFL stated they have always had the full audio of the recording. On July 19, 2019, the NFL released a statement saying that Hill will not be suspended and that they found no evidence that Hill violated the personal conduct policy, but the incident will be re-examined if new evidence emerges. References. External links. The template IAAF name is being considered for deletion. Tyreek Hill at IAAFscout.com. Profile for Tyreek Hill. Kansas City Chiefs bio.